Hello beautiful people, welcome back, and for those who haven't been, welcome. So another foundation review for you guys. This is actually a bit of a review on a bit more than just foundation. I purchased a wee while ago, like a couple months ago, a sample pack from Adorn Cosmetics. So Adorn is a natural, vegan, you know, good for the skin, good for the ocean, good for everything cosmetics company. And I really loved their philosophy and you know, everything I said, all their products are vegan and it's cruelty free, etc, etc. So they have slightly changed the sample pack that they have now, but this is the one that I got. So it comes in this beautiful box, and just quickly, the reason that they do samples, which I think is absolutely amazing, is because they really are against waste. So they make you buy, not make you, they give you the opportunity to purchase samples first so that you are not buying a big package and it's the wrong colour or the wrong type of makeup for you and then you throw it in the rubbish. The good thing with the samples is that you get to try a small amount, and if it's not right then of course you can try a different one, or if it is right then you can go ahead and purchase the big item. So they come with, you get a couple of spatulas so that you can take the product out of the box, and you also get a full size kabuki brush. And so then all the samples that they have in here, what is really awesome too is that they actually give you a video and talk you through what's in here. So I just thought that was really helpful so that when you do get it you're not going, holy moly, what are all these products for? So yeah, so that was quite good. So after watching a few of her videos, I did realise that you could use a lot of the makeup for other things, which, I mean, of course makes sense because you can do that for most makeup anyway. So I've kind of sorted it out, so hopefully I'm using what I can, what I've got for what it's used for, and then I've got some extras for things like eyeshadow, so there's no eyeshadow samples in here. So they've got a few different concealers, and it looks like you can use them as primers for the eyeshadow as well. So the one that they have in this sample pot is the Sleepy Peach Corrective Concealer. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that as an eyeshadow base. So we just scraped a bit of it out. So it's quite, I guess because it's cold, but it's almost kind of flaky sitting in there. So I'm just going to try and warm it up on my hand a wee bit as well, and still use a flat brush to put that on with. So it definitely has amazing coverage in this, and I'm sure that you can see, but I have a lot of veins that show through on my eyes, on the eyelids particularly, so I do need to have a base that has got a bit of coverage in it. So this is just amazing for that. I mean, look at the difference between those two eyes. Okay, so for eyeshadows, I'm just going to try a couple. So this is actually a bronzer, and it's called the Autumn Bronzer, and the colour is Monaco. So it is definitely too dark for me. I think it's the darkest one that they do, but I thought that would work for an eyeshadow. Yeah, it's definitely got some pigment. So an awesome thing with this brand is it uses absolutely no fillers. So there is no talc or anything that is bad for your skin in it, and nothing that's going to clog your pores. Right, so I'm just going to use a loose blush in Coral Radiance. So again, this is a loose blush, loose powder blush. No, yes. Just so you know, the blushes, they come in two, so they've got a cream and they've got a powder version, and with my oily skin they definitely recommended the powder, so I'm going to be doing that. Oh, that's cute, that definitely works as a, there's so much in there. So pretty good for pigment considering it's a blush and I'm trying to use it as an eyeshadow. The next thing is they have the Hydration Skin Primer. So this is actually for any skin type. Depending on your skin type is what you can add to it. So it is a hydrating moisturizer, and yeah, and then you just add what you need to it. Right, so there were that there were a few different foundations, but the ones that she recommended for oily skin were the liquid foundation and the mineral powder. So of course that's what I'm going to use. So in the sample box you get them in a couple of colours. So basically you say, yeah, I've got fair skin, and so they will give you a couple for that colour, like around that colour range that they think is right for you. Yeah, so that's what I've got here. So the liquid foundation in light, which is a pink undertone, which is what I am. So it's definitely thick. We'll see how I go with that amount, and she says of course to put it on with the kabuki. So I'm just going to try and pick up some of that. Okay, and depending on what coverage you want is how you put it on. So if you want a light coverage, then you buff it out, and if you want a heavier coverage then you pat it. Just going in with a wee bit more on the forehead. Okay, so you can see from that it's taken away the redness. It has definitely got a bit of a sheen to it at the moment, but you know, nothing as crazy as what I've seen from other foundations. So it is an oil-free foundation as well, if you wanted to know that. So now I'm just going to put some of that concealer from before underneath the eye area. So because it's a peachy colour, it's perfect for under the eyes. And I still have some on the back of my hand from before. Now she suggests to actually use your finger to pat it on, rather than using a brush, but of course you can use whatever you prefer. And something that I found quite interesting is she suggests to put the foundation under your eye as well, because it's got a natural sunscreen in it. So that's going to help to protect obviously the skin under the eye as well. So a lot of concealers wouldn't have a sunscreen in it. So certainly not something that I had thought of doing before. And then don't forget to, of course, just bring that down onto the cheeks a little bit so that you haven't just got a separate colour under the eye. So that it's actually blending into the rest of your face. So that was still just that same blob of concealer that I put on my hand right at the start. So a little bit definitely goes a long way with that concealer. Okay, brilliant. So you can see that it's definitely covered up that redness that I had, and definitely covered up those under eye circles, which is amazing. Right, so now I'm going to set those. So she does have a setting powder, which again is an oil-free one, and she suggests to use that if you have oily skin. Right, so I'm going to use this under the eye, and again this setting powder she suggested to use, if you've got oily skin, to use it through the T-zone because it will help to absorb oil as well. But I really want to use the mineral powder to, one, try and get a bit more coverage, but also to see how that goes as well. So next we're going to use the mineral foundation. So her suggestion, because it's in a little pot, is to tip it into a tissue. So I'm just going to tip some into that, just so that you can try and get it nice and even on your kabuki. So patting that around, so I've got that reasonably even on there. Right, so I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. That looks better. So again, using patting. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Look at the smoothness! Okay, winning. Right, let's see if it works for nose and cheeks. Oh my god, yes! Oh, thank goodness. Right, while I'm flicking my earrings around, some more of my iron butterfly jewellery earrings. Okay, so now we are going to try a bit of the bronzer. So the one I'm going to try for my face is the winter bronzer in Milan. Okay, a little bit on there. Okay, so that's reasonably easy to work with. It's probably a bit too warm for my skin, this colour. Never mind. There was only 2 in my kit, so I think she has 4 different bronzer shades. Next is some blusher. So again, I'm going the loose one, and this colour is a more. So it's quite pink, which is totally up my alley. So just using my normal blush brush, which again I think you could use the Kabuki. With the new set I noticed you actually get a blush brush. Cute. I'm trying to be so light-handed. I'm not so good at that. So they have 2 different kinds of luminizers. So illuminizers, I should say. So this one is the powder one, and there also is a cream one. So the cream one you can mix with your foundation, but I'm just going to use this one as a highlighter. It's beautiful. Are you ready? Oh, that's really cute. So this, it has like a slight glow, like a goldy glow to it. Yeah. Yes. Right, I'm just going to add a little bit to my inner corner. Just going to swipe a little bit on the brow bone. Oh, Bubba's awake. Might need to have someone join us for the rest of this. Cute. Just go get my wee man. So, welcome back, Jacob. Say hello. Hi. Okay, so where did I get to? So I've done some highlights, so now I need to do my brows and my eyeliner. So they have a brow dust. So I'm just going to use a bit of the lightest one that I have, which is called Betty. It's a Fear. And use my little angle brush to put that in with. I'm just going to draw a bit of a line under it first. Yeah. What is it? And then just coming back through. Yeah. Just filling in the gaps on the way. So I'm going to use the same angle brush and that same brow powder, and I'm going to try and do it as an eyeliner. What I thought I would do is use a setting spray to wet my brush and do it that way. So let's see how this goes. So I just spray a wee bit into the lid and then dip my brush into it. And then putting a little bit of the brow powder into the lid of the little tub, just so that I'm not getting my wet brush in with all the product. I'm going to use the darker brow powder, which is the medium brow dust in the colour Piggy. Alright, let's try this. Yeah. Oh, what is it? Right, so I didn't have an Adorn mascara, so I just used my Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. So the last thing to do is the lipstick. The 2 colours that I got sent was Natural Red, and this one is called Rustic Mocha. So I'm going to try the Rustic Mocha because I don't think either are particularly what I would like to wear with this. Quite a nice colour, guys. I quite like that. So nice and creamy. Definitely not drying. I mean, I've only just put it on, but yeah, nice creamy lipstick. Doesn't have a horrible smell. I think the only thing with putting it on from the pot is that it was a little bit chunky to start with, but of course that wouldn't happen if you had the actual lipstick putting it on. Right, so zoomed you in to have a proper look. Right, so you can see on the forehead there is looking just ultra smooth. I'm so happy with how I've got that to look now, so thank God for that mineral powder. My eyebrows are a little bit dark for me, but I could always, you know, use a different colour maybe. I can have a look what colours they've got, or just not quite put so much on. I just kind of was having fun with it. So my eyeshadow is really not looking very even, but just excuse that. Of course, the blusher, in my opinion, is probably not the best thing to use for an eyeshadow, but they do actually have eyeshadows, so I could try that next time. Look at my face. So it's looking so nice and radiant. I'm just hoping this isn't going to turn oily, so we're going to see how this goes, of course. And look at that highlight. Boom. Love it. Cool. So, and yeah, the lipstick, like I said, is a really nice colour. Might be nice with a little bit of highlighter in the middle. I'm just going to try a little bit of the Liquid Radiance just on my lips and see how that looks. I can. Okay, it's potentially made that colour a bit too pale for me, but that's okay. So my only concern at this stage is I feel like it's just looking a little bit separated on my cheeks. It's not necessarily going into lines, but I'm just a little bit concerned how it's looking right there. But honestly, from here, how good do I look? I look nice and smooth. All the redness has gone, all my things that we want to hide are gone. So there we go. That is my finished look with the Adorn Cosmetics range from their sampler box. Yeah, let's see how this goes for the next few hours, and I'll pop back shortly. Hey beautifuls. So we are now at what's that, 4 hours that the makeup's been on, so I wanted to jump on again. I have just got to say I have been taking some photos of my face, and I don't really believe that I'm a vain person, but I really like how my face looks today. So excited about this. So let's get close and see how it's going. So once again, you can see the shine, oily skin syndrome, blah blah blah. I'm not going to blot it off yet because I just want to see how it actually goes without touching it. But before I take it off tonight, we will have a better look at it and take off what we need to, and yeah, see how we can kind of fix it and if you can kind of play with it a bit. But if you have a wee look at the forehead there, so we've still got a lot of high coverage. All of that funny like sitting on top of the skin thing has completely gone, like it's melted into the skin so beautifully. If we just have a wee look at the cheeks, hopefully you can kind of see through the shine. If I kind of really pull my skin taut, I can still see a little bit of what was happening earlier, but honestly now the skin it's just like it has melted into the skin and is completely looking like one rather than it's sitting on top of the skin and all separated. That's just amazing. And the chin again, if you can see through the shine, so I've got a little bit of creasing in the that little crease on my chin there, but like honestly it's looking really good. And again, of course, I've wiped it off my nose. How do I do that? Right, so as far as using, oh look, okay, so we've got some creasing happening around the eyes. Oh, it's not so bad on that side, which is normally my worst side, I think. But we've definitely got some creasing in those eyes there. The eyeshadows haven't creased at all, which is very interesting. They have creased a little bit actually, I tell lies. Just a wee bit, not bad. So using that brow powder and blush and what was it, the highlighter as eyeshadows has actually worked really well. And again, I've got a little bit of creasing happening underneath the eye area, just in those wee lines under there. The lipstick, so I haven't eaten anything since I put this on, as I put it on just after lunch, and haven't had dinner yet either. And of course I put that highlighting stuff over top, so it still feels nice and creamy. I feel like it's got plenty of colour there. It's not the same as when I first put it on, like it feels drier than when I first did it, but I think it still feels quite nice. It still feels hydrating, which is what I like. So at this point of the makeup, I am really happy with how this is going. So much better than what it was when I very first tried this makeup a couple of months ago. So yeah, let's see how this goes for the rest of the day, and I will be back in a few hours. Hi again, guys. Right, so it is now 8 hours since I put the makeup on, so I wanted to have another look with you guys and show you what I thought. So again, we have that whole shiny thing going on, so just so that we can actually see the makeup properly, I'm just going to blot this off. Interesting, I just want to show you guys, there is hardly any transfer on that tissue. That's incredible. Alright, so there we go on the forehead. So again, that separation and everything that was happening right at the start seems to have gone, and it's like once it warmed to the skin it was okay. There seems to be a little bit of creasing happening like around that line, but if I just go like that, I can probably, yeah, maybe I just am getting quite wrinkly. So if we look at the cheeks, I mean that highlighter is still looking spot on. So around my nose, like I always get that little bit where I wipe, so I can just like maneuver that around and it's covered that up again. That's pretty good. And then yeah, so those weird little, like, it almost looks like it's sitting on top of the skin on my cheeks there, but if I just pat it out like this, it like presses it back into the skin and has fixed it. Incredible. Okay, so that little bit on the chin where it's gone in the crease, and again pat it out and it's completely fine. So in all honesty, if I was to wear this to work for the day, I mean, what did I say, it's been 8 hours, then I could just go home, give it a quick touch up, maybe put some powder back over the top of it and would be good to go again. That's pretty incredible for a natural makeup. Awesome. So this was a huge thumbs up. I'm really excited about this one, and let's see what I can come up with next. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you did like it. I am actually on Facebook and Instagram, both as Robin Thomas Makeup Artist, so make sure that you pop along there so that you can keep up with little photos and see what's going on in my life. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Okay guys, just wanted to quickly jump back on and talk to you about the mineral powder that I had been trying. So I've used it over the last couple of days just on its own without the liquid foundation, and oh my god, I friggin' love it. So I've just chucked up on some eyeshadow and now just going to do the powder on its own. So I'm still going to use the hydrating primer that they have, and so now I'm just going to put on some of the concealer. So I'm just going to scrape a little bit of this out and I just pat it on with my ring fingers. Cool, so now you can see the difference that it is just putting that concealer on under my eyes and how much it brightens them up. So I just kind of pat it out a little bit down the cheeks and through the nose, just so that I didn't have any like harsh lines on it. And now I'm going to use the mineral powder. So I've just tapped some out into the tissue and going to use the Adorn kabuki brush. Okay, and I'm going to bring you in, because I really want to show you how much, okay, so look at all this redness and grossness that I've got going on. Right, so I've got some on my brush there. So So I'm just patting it so that it will give me good coverage. See that red spot? I know I can still see it, but seriously, how quickly does it take away how bad it looked? Right, so are you ready? So this is my side that's not done, and this is my side that's done. Seriously, I cannot actually get over how great this mineral powder is. So I'm just going to quickly finish off the other side. There we go, guys. So what do you think? How great does this foundation look? I know that I could get more coverage out of this, but I only have a little pot. It's literally this size. I don't want to waste it all, so I haven't kept pouring it on, but you could keep putting it out and just put more on and get more coverage out of it. So I've got like a little less coverage done in these areas, but I put absolutely no concealer on those spots at all. That's literally just from that mineral foundation. Incredible. I'm so impressed with this. Yeah, I'm going to have to order more. Okay, so this is from the Adorn website. For the ethically conscious devoted to healthier lifestyle who do not want to compromise on quality, style, or luxury. Ethical, guilt-free beauty that doesn't harm people, animals, or the environment. Become an adorner and join the movement, making the world a more beautiful place, one lipstick at a time. Okay, so their ingredients are premium grade, they're Australian made, ethically sourced and sustainably packaged. They are toxin, allergen, guilt, gluten and cruelty free, and they're also vegan. They're 100% natural and organic, transparent and certified ingredients you can trust. I probably have to read for a wee bit, but a lot of their packaging is actually what do you call it, biodegradable or recyclable, and they also do refills, which is amazing because seriously there must be so much stuff from like so much packaging from cosmetics that go to landfill. So just a little bit of information about the product itself. So the mineral powder, for example, it's an anti-aging SPF 20 plus, which how can you even get that from mineral powder? It's 8 grams that you get in the pot, and it is right, and it's $59 for that. So I do find that you can get away with a smaller amount like I've done today, or you can build it up. So the look that I've just done previous to this, I did the liquid foundation and then the mineral foundation on top of that, and I got definitely full coverage out of that. So I guess you can use as little or as much as you want at a time. They also do refills, so they come in a little pouch, and the refills are $54. But honestly, if you want to know more about it, just jump onto their website. It is absolutely amazing. Like, look at this list of what it is free from, for example. I just found the website so easy to use. I could find everything that I wanted to know about the product itself. It also breaks down all the colors. So it says, for example, fair has got yellow undertones, light is neutral with slight pink undertones, etc., etc. So it's really, they make it so easy for you to be able to purchase online, to be able to buy the right thing for you. And like I said, like with that sampler pack, you can go to them and say, hey, look, I've got fair skin or light skin or tan skin or whatever, and they'll give you foundations that are around that kind of colorway for you. So they try to make it really easy for you to find exactly what you need. So I'm so grateful that they do these sample packs. So annoyed at myself for not actually getting back on the bandwagon and trying this again sooner, because it's something that I've obviously had here and have been missing out on. Highly recommend trying this if this is something that you're interested in. If you want to talk to me about it, hit me up, because I could probably talk about this forever. But yeah, otherwise I think I'll leave it there, and I will catch you guys soon. Obviously don't forget to like the video if you did like it, and subscribe. And again, thank you so much for your time. Loved having you. Talk soon. Bye.